Pause. Take a breath. This story begins with a moment, a very small moment, a moment that almost everyone ignores. But this moment decides everything. Your success, your confidence, your happiness, your future. Mel Robbins calls this moment the hesitation moment. It is the space between thinking and doing. This book, The 5-Second Rule, is about mastering that moment. Not someday, not tomorrow. Right now, Mel Robbins' lowest point. Let's go back to the beginning. Mel Robbins was not successful when this story started. She was not confident. She was not motivated. She was stuck. Very stuck. She was over $800,000 in debt. Her marriage was struggling. She had lost confidence in herself. She could not get out of bed in the morning. Every day felt heavy. Every morning felt impossible. Her alarm would ring, and she would hit snooze again, and again, and again. She knew what she should do. Get up, take responsibility, fix her life. But she didn't. She waited to feel motivated, and that feeling never came. This is important, because most people believe motivation comes first. But this book will prove something different. The night that changed everything. One night, Mel was lying on her couch, feeling hopeless, feeling like a failure, feeling ashamed. She turned on the TV. A rocket launch was playing. NASA. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rocket launched, and something clicked in her brain. She thought, what if I counted down like a rocket and moved before my brain stopped me? The next morning, her alarm rang. She wanted to hit snooze. Her brain started giving excuses. I'm tired. I'll do it later. Just 5 more minutes. Then she remembered the rocket. She said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She stood up. No thinking, no debating. She moved. That was it. That small action changed her life. What is the 5-second rule? The 5-second rule is very simple, but powerful. Here it is. The moment you feel an instinct to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds, or your brain will kill the idea. That's it. 5 seconds. Why 5? Because your brain needs time to talk you out of action. If you wait longer than 5 seconds, fear takes over. Doubt appears. Excuses grow. Your brain is designed to protect you, not to make you successful, not to make you happy, to keep you comfortable. Your brain is not your friend. This part is uncomfortable, but true. Your brain prefers comfort. Your brain prefers safety. Your brain prefers habits, even bad habits. If you want to wake up early, your brain says sleep. If you want to speak up, your brain says stay quiet. If you want to start something new, your brain says what if you fail? This is not weakness. This is biology. The brain hates uncertainty. Change feels dangerous, so the brain creates excuses, logical excuses, smart excuses, convincing excuses, and you believe them. The hesitation kills dreams. Every dream dies in the hesitation. You get an idea, a good idea, a healthy idea, a brave idea. Then you pause. That pause is dangerous because your brain starts analyzing. What if I look stupid? What if this doesn't work? What if people judge me? Fear grows fast. Confidence disappears. And you do nothing. Later you regret it. Later you feel disappointed. Later you feel stuck again. The 5-second rule stops hesitation. Before it starts, this rule is not motivation. This is important. The 5-second rule is not about motivation. It is about action. You do not need to feel ready. You do not need to feel confident. You do not need to feel brave. You only need to move. Action comes first. Confidence comes later. Courage comes later. Clarity comes later. Action creates momentum, not thinking. Why counting works. Counting interrupts patterns. Your brain is running on autopilot. Counting backward forces focus. It shifts control from emotion to action. When you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you are giving yourself a command, not a question. You are telling your body to move before fear speaks. This is called metacognition. Thinking about thinking. You are stepping outside your emotional brain. You are choosing consciously. Action is a physical thing. This rule only works if you move physically. Stand up. Raise your hand. Open your mouth. Take the step. Send the message. Movement matters. Thinking does not count. Planning does not count. Visualizing does not count. Only movement counts. Even small movement works because movement breaks inertia. You don't feel like it, and that's okay. Most people wait to feel like doing things. That's a mistake. You will almost never feel like doing hard things. That does not mean you are lazy. It means you are human. Discipline is not about feelings. It is about decisions. The 5-second rule helps you decide fast. Before emotions interfere, how Mel used the rule daily. Mel started using the rule everywhere. Getting out of bed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand up. Making phone calls. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dial. Speaking in meetings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, talk. Going to the gym. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. Small actions. Every day. Slowly, her life changed. Confidence grew. Debt reduced. Career improved. Marriage healed. Not because life got easier. Because she took control of her moments. You are one decision away. This book is not about changing everything. It is about changing one decision. The decision to act before fear stops you. You already know what to do. You don't need more information. You need execution. The rule gives you a tool. Simple, free, always available. Why this works for everyone. This rule works for students, parents, entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, introverts, anxious people, overthinkers. Because everyone hesitates. Everyone doubts. Everyone feels fear. The difference between successful people and others? They act anyway. This is a skill, not a trick. The 5-second rule is a habit. You must practice it. At first it feels strange. You forget. You hesitate. That's normal. But the more you use it, the faster you act. Your confidence grows. Your self-trust grows. You start believing in yourself again. Because you keep promises to yourself. Why you sabotage yourself? You have goals. You have dreams. You have plans. Yet somehow, you don't act. You delay. You distract yourself. You scroll your phone. You promise tomorrow. Then you feel guilty, ashamed, disappointed. You ask yourself, why am I like this? Mel Robbins gives a clear answer. Your brain is designed to stop you from changing. Your brain's real job. Your brain has one main job. Survival, not happiness, not success, not confidence. Survival. Thousands of years ago, change was dangerous. New places and danger. New actions, risk, standing out or threat. So the brain evolved to protect you. Even today, your brain treats public speaking, starting a business, going to the gym, and saying no on trying something new as danger, even if it's safe, even if it's good. Your brain does not care. The moment fear takes control. Fear does not appear slowly. Fear appears fast. It appears in seconds. The moment you hesitate, your brain switches to protection mode. This part of the brain is called the basal ganglia. It controls habits, comfort, autopilot behavior. That's why you keep doing the same things, even when they don't serve you. Hesitation's a danger signal. The moment you pause, your brain thinks something is wrong. It starts asking questions. What if this goes wrong? What if we fail? What if people judge us? Fear shows up as anxiety, sudden doubt, overthinking, or procrastination. Not because you are weak, because your brain is fast, very fast. Why you overthink everything? Overthinking feels productive, but it is not. Overthinking is fear in disguise. Your brain tries to solve a problem that does not exist yet. What if? What if? What if? These questions paralyze you. They don't protect you. They trap you. The 5-second window. Here's the most important concept. You have a 5-second window. When you get an instinct to act, that instinct comes from your prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain responsible for decision-making. That's courage, focus, self-control. But this part is slow, very slow. If you don't act quickly, the emotional brain takes over, and fear wins. Counting interrupts fear. Counting backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 does something powerful. It interrupts autopilot. It creates a pause before fear fully activates. It gives your logical brain a chance. You are not waiting to feel ready. You are choosing action. Why backward counting works? Why not count forward? Because backward counting requires focus. Time feels urgent. This signals action. Your brain understands something is happening. It breaks the habit loop. You regain control. Fear is not a stop sign. This is very important. Fear does not mean stop. Fear means you are about to do something unfamiliar. That's it. Fear is a sign of growth. Every confident person you admire felt fear. Every successful person you respect felt fear. They just acted anyway. Courage is not confidence. Most people think, I'll act when I feel confident. Wrong. Confidence comes after action, not before. Courage is acting with fear, not without fear. The 5-second rule helps you act before fear talks you out of it. Emotions are temporary. Feelings are like waves. They rise, they peak, they fall. If you wait, they pass. But if you obey them, they control you. You don't need to eliminate fear. You need to move despite fear. Your feelings are liars. This sounds harsh, but it's true. Your feelings exaggerate. Your feelings want comfort. Your feelings want safety. They are not facts. They are signals. And signals can be ignored. Action creates clarity. Most people wait for clarity. I need to be sure. I need to feel ready. I need a perfect plan. Clarity does not come from thinking. Clarity comes from action. One step reveals the next step. Movement creates information. The myth of perfection. Perfectionism is fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of failure. Fear of not being enough. The 5-second rule breaks perfectionism because it forces action. Imperfect action, but real action. Self-trust is built by action. Every time you hesitate and don't act, you lose trust in yourself. Every time you count and move, you build self-trust. Self-trust is not confidence. It is knowing. I will do what I say. That changes everything. Small actions matter. You don't need big changes. You need consistent small actions. Stand up. Send the email. Make the call. Raise your hand. Speak. Smile. Show up. Small actions compound. Why willpower fails. Willpower is unreliable. It depends on mood, energy, sleep, stress. The 5-second rule does not rely on willpower. It relies on a decision system, a habit, a trigger. You are not broken. Say this clearly. I am not broken. You don't need fixing. You need tools. And this rule is a tool. Simple, free, always available. Real life examples. People use this rule to stop hitting snooze, speak in meetings, start workouts, handle anxiety, say no, build confidence, or break procrastination. Not magically, but consistently. The moment you must use the rule. Use the rule when you feel fear, you feel resistance, you feel hesitation, you feel discomfort. That's the signal. That's the moment. What courage really means. Most people misunderstand courage. They think courage means no fear, no doubt, no anxiety. That is false. Courage means action in the presence of fear. Fear does not disappear. Fear never disappears, but you stop letting fear decide. Confidence is not the starting point. Let's be very clear. Confidence does not come first. Action comes first. Confidence comes after action. Every confident person you see was once scared, was once unsure, was once doubting themselves. They became confident by acting anyway. Why you don't trust yourself? Many people say, I don't trust myself. I never follow through. I start things but quit. This hurts. But there is a reason. Self-trust is built through action. When you hesitate and don't act, you break a promise to yourself. When this happens again and again, you stop believing in yourself. The 5-second rule builds self-trust. Every time you use the rule, you keep a promise. A small promise, but a real one. Example, I will get out of bed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand up. Promise kept. That moment matters. Self-trust grows in tiny moments. You are always teaching your brain. Your brain is always learning. When you hesitate and avoid, your brain learns. Avoidance keeps me safe. When you count and act, your brain learns. I can handle discomfort. This is how courage grows. Not by thinking, by repetition. Courage is a muscle. Courage works like a muscle. If you don't use it, it gets weak. If you use it daily, it gets strong. Small, courageous actions build strength. You don't need big bravery. You need daily bravery, everyday moments of courage. Courage is not only big life decisions. Courage is raising your hand, then sending the email, making the phone call, then saying no, saying yes, speaking honestly, asking for help. These moments shape your life. Fear will always have an opinion. Fear is loud. Fear is dramatic. Fear is convincing. Fear says, don't do it. Wait. Not now. You're not ready. Fear sounds logical, but fear is not truth. Fear is habit. You are not your thoughts. This is powerful. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts happen automatically. You don't choose them, but you choose whether to obey them. The 5-second rule helps you separate thoughts from actions. You don't need to change your thoughts. You need to change your behavior. Feelings follow action. Most people think, I'll act when I feel better. But feelings follow action, not the other way around. You act first. Then confidence appears. Then motivation follows. Then energy increases. The truth about motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Waiting for motivation is dangerous. Successful people don't feel motivated every day. They act anyway. The rule removes motivation from the equation. Taking control back. When you hesitate, you give control to fear. When you count and move, you take control back. Not control over life. Control over yourself. That is real power. You only control one thing. You cannot control other people, outcomes, circumstances, the past. You can control your next action. That is enough. Why small wins change everything. Big goals feel overwhelming. Small actions feel doable. The brain loves small wins. Each small win creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates courage. The snowball effect. One action leads to another. One decision leads to another. Momentum builds. Life starts moving again. This is how people change. Not overnight, but steadily. Stop waiting for permission. Many people wait for permission from parents, from partners, from society, from circumstances. You don't need permission. You only need to move. Your life is already happening. Your future is built in moments. Your future is not built in one day. It is built in moments. Moments when you hesitate. Moments when you choose action. 5 seconds decide those moments. The cost of inaction. Inaction has a cost. Regret, self-doubt, missed opportunities, loss of self-respect. Doing nothing feels safe, but it slowly destroys confidence. Action creates respect. When you act, you respect yourself. Others feel it. They respond differently. Energy changes. Presence changes. People trust people who trust themselves. You don't need to know the whole plan. You don't need clarity about everything. You only need clarity about the next step. The next step becomes clear after movement. Using the rule with fearful thoughts. When fear speaks, don't argue. Don't analyze. Don't debate. Count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Silence fear with action. Failure is not the enemy. Failure is feedback. Avoiding action is the real enemy. You learn by doing, not by thinking. Real people, real change. People use this rule to leave unhealthy relationships, start businesses, heal anxiety, build routines, speak confidently, just take responsibility. Not because fear left, because courage grew. Why habits control your life. Most of your life runs on autopilot. You wake up the same way. You think the same thoughts. You react the same way. You end your day the same way. This is not accidental. This is habits. Habits save your brain energy. Your brain loves habits, even bad ones. You don't need better habits. You need better starts. People try to change habits by forcing themselves. They fail because habits don't change in the middle. They change at the start. The moment of decision. That tiny moment decides everything. That's where the 5-second rule works. The power of starting. Starting is the hardest part. Not finishing. Not continuing. Starting. Your brain resists starting because it feels uncomfortable. And it feels uncertain. It feels unfamiliar. Once you start, momentum takes over. Use the rule to start, not to finish. This is important. You don't use the rule to finish a workout. You use it to start the workout. You don't use the rule to write the whole page. You use it to open the document. Start small. Start fast. Morning habits, the foundation. How you start your day matters. Morning habits shape your mindset. Many people start the day reacting. Alarm, phone, messages, stress. That puts your brain in defense mode. The rule helps you take control. Stop hitting snooze. The snooze button trains your brain to quit. Every time you hit snooze, you practice avoidance. You teach your brain, I don't follow through. That feeling follows you all day. Use the rule to get out of bed. Alarm rings. Your brain says, sleep later. 5 more minutes. Count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet on the floor. Stand up. That one action builds discipline. Discipline is not harsh. It is self-respect. People think discipline is punishment. It is not. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. Discipline is self-care, not self-control. Building routines with the rule. Routines remove decision fatigue. When something becomes routine, you don't argue with yourself. The rule helps create routines by forcing the start. Use it for exercise, study, work, meditation, healthy eating, sleep routines. Productivity is about action, not time. People think productivity is about time management. It's not. It's about emotion management. Fear, boredom, overwhelm. These emotions stop action. The rule bypasses emotion. How to use the rule at work. At work, hesitation looks like avoiding emails, delaying phone calls, not starting tasks, multitasking, procrastinating. The moment you feel resistance, count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the task. Even for 1 minute. The 1-minute rule. You don't need to finish. Just start for 1 minute. 1 minute breaks resistance. Often you continue naturally. If not, that's okay. You still won. Stop waiting to feel ready. Read this slowly. You will never feel ready. Ready is a myth. Prepared is action. Action creates readiness. Using the rule with overwhelm. Overwhelm comes from too many choices. Your brain shuts down. You freeze. The rule simplifies everything. You don't do everything. You do one thing. The next small action. Decision fatigue and why you quit. Every decision costs energy. Too many decisions drain willpower. Habits reduce decisions. The rule helps you push past the first decision. After that, habits carry you. The rule and procrastination. Procrastination is emotional avoidance. You are avoiding discomfort. The rule forces movement before avoidance begins. It removes negotiation. Why to-do lists fails? To-do lists create pressure. Pressure creates avoidance. Instead of asking, what should I do? Ask, what can I start right now? Then count. Using the rule with exercise. Exercise is not about motivation. It's about starting. Put on shoes. That's it. Count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoes on. Often that's enough. Healthy habits are built the same way. Eating healthy. Drinking water. Going to bed on time. Each requires a decision moment. Use the rule at the moment of choice. The role of environment. Make starting easier. Prepare your environment. Clothes ready. Shoes visible. Phone away. Workspace clean. Then use the rule. Don't aim for perfection. Perfection kills habits. Consistency builds habits. Miss one day? Don't quit. Use the rule again tomorrow. Self-discipline is a skill. Discipline is learned, not inherited. Every time you use the rule, you train discipline, just like a muscle. Track your wins. Notice your actions. Celebrate small wins. Your brain loves recognition. It reinforces behavior. What to do when you fail. You will fail sometimes. That's normal. Failure does not erase progress. Do not judge yourself. Reset. Count again. The compound effect. Small actions repeated daily create massive change over time. The rule works quietly, but powerfully. Real-life habit transformations. People use the rule to lose weight, wake up early, study consistently, and reduce stress, build routines, increase focus. Not perfectly, but consistently. Life is built in relationships. Your life quality depends on relationships, with others, and with yourself. Most problems in relationships come from fear, avoidance, silence, not speaking truth. The rule helps you show up. The courage to speak. Many people don't speak up. They stay silent to avoid conflict. They say yes when they mean no. They hide feelings. They avoid difficult conversations. This creates resentment, distance, pain. Use the rule to speak your truth. The moment you feel, I should say something, that is your signal. Don't wait. Count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Speak. Kindly, honestly, calmly. Silence hurts more than honesty. Setting boundaries. Boundaries are acts of self-respect, but setting boundaries feels uncomfortable. Fear says, they will be upset. They will leave. They will judge me. That fear keeps you trapped. The rule gives you courage. Count. Speak. Respect yourself. The rule and self-respect. Every time you don't speak up, you abandon yourself. Every time you act with courage, you build self-respect. Self-respect changes how others treat you. The rule and anxiety. Anxiety feels overwhelming. Fast thoughts. Tight chest. Fear of the future. Anxiety is anticipation, not danger. The rule helps interrupt anxiety. Use the rule to interrupt anxious spirals. When anxiety starts, don't fight it. Don't analyze it. Move your body. Stand up. Walk. Breathe. Count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action grounds you in the present. You are not your anxiety. Anxiety is a feeling, not an identity. You can feel anxious and still act bravely. Courage does not require calm. The rule and confidence in social situations. Social anxiety stops many people. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment. The rule helps you act before fear grows. Smile. Introduce yourself. Speak first. Small actions break fear. Happiness is not a feeling you find. Happiness is built through choices. Through actions, through responsibility. Waiting to feel happy keeps you stuck. Acting creates happiness. The rule and positive thinking. Positive thinking alone does not work. Action changes thinking. When you act, your brain updates beliefs. I can do this. I can handle discomfort. I am capable. You don't need to fix your life. This is important. You don't need to fix everything. You need to show up to the moments that matter. 5 seconds at a time. The rule and purpose. Purpose is not found. Purpose is built. By doing meaningful things, even when they feel hard. The rule helps you take those steps. Living with intention. Most people live reactively. They respond to life. They don't lead it. The rule helps you live intentionally. You choose your response. The cost of comfort. Comfort feels safe, but comfort slowly shrinks your life. Growth feels uncomfortable, but growth expands your life. The rule helps you choose growth. The rule helps you choose growth. You become what you practice. If you practice avoidance, you become avoidant. If you practice courage, you become courageous. Practice daily. The rule and self-love. Self-love is not self-care routines. Self-love is doing what is best for you, even when it's hard. The rule is an act of self-love. Stop waiting for a big moment. There is no perfect time. There is no big signal. There is only now. 5 seconds are enough. Your life will not change by thinking. Thinking feels safe. Action feels scary, but action changes everything. The rule turns thinking into movement. Real people, real lives changed. People use the rule to leave toxic relationships, heal anxiety, build confidence, speak up, start over. Just take responsibility. Not because life got easy, because they got brave. You are capable of more. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you believe. Fear has been lying to you. Action reveals truth. How to live the rule daily. Remember this. Use the rule when you feel fear. Use the rule when you feel doubt. Use the rule when you feel resistance. That's when it matters. The simple daily practice. Notice hesitation. Count backward. Move physically. That's it. Simple. Powerful. Final summary of the book. Let's summarize the entire book. Fear is normal. Hesitation kills action. You have 5 seconds. Counting interrupts fear. Action builds confidence. Habits shape your life. Courage creates happiness. Small actions change everything. Final closing message, ASL friendly. Pause. Think about your life. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Right now. What is one small action you are avoiding? Count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Your life is waiting. Full book summary complete.